Hey there, Mr. Wilford here. I just wanted to go through Chapter 6, Section 2 with you, and we're talking about multiplying polynomials. If you remember in the last section, in Section 1, we were talking about polynomials. We defined them. We talked about things like leading coefficients and the degree of a polynomial. And then we also talked about adding and subtracting polynomials. Well, now we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials. And you've actually done some of this already. We need to keep in mind the distributive property and the properties of exponents when we multiply polynomials. Now, in the first couple of examples here, we're just taking a monomial, one term, times a polynomial. And here what we're doing is actually just distributing this 3x squared to each of these terms in the binomial. And the thing to remember here is you're adding exponents. So x squared times x cubed gives me this x to the 5. This x squared, 3x squared times 4, 3 times 4 will give me 12x squared. Over here, same thing, we're taking ab times each one of these, and we get a to the 4b plus 3a squared b cubed minus ab to the power of 4. Again, notice how we're adding the exponents as we go through. Now, if you're taking a binomial, 2 terms, times a trinomial, 3 terms, again, we're going to use the distributive property, but we're actually going to use it twice. So let me show you how this problem here gets worked out. I'm first going to start with the red x here. I'm going to multiply that to those 3 terms. So x times x squared is x cubed. X times 4x is plus 4x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x. Now the blue 2 goes through. 2 times x squared is plus 2x squared. 2 times 4x is plus 8x. 2 times negative 3 is minus 6. Now notice I have some like terms. The x cubed is by itself. I have a couple of x squareds, 4x squared and 2x squared will give me plus 6x squared. Minus 3x plus 8x will give me plus 5x. And I have a minus 6. So that is my completed answer there. Now, let me continue on here. Sometimes we take a binomial and we raise it to a power. And it looks like these problems here. And what we want to do is use Pascal's triangle. And Pascal's triangle will actually give us the coefficients and help us solve expand the expression. It will actually help us multiply these things out. So I'm going to actually look at this 5C problem here. And here we go. If you take a look at this problem right here, the first thing you want to do is take a look at that exponent, and that tells us what row to go on. We need to look at row 4. Well, row 4 sits right here. So the first thing you want to do is write out those numbers and leave some space between. And then you take a look at the first term in that binomial, 3x. And we're going to start out, we're going to write 3x to the power of 4, 3x to the power of 3. We're going to go down by 1 each time. 3x squared, 3x, and then there's no 3x here. Then we take a look at the 1, the second term, and we're going to go in reverse. So now I'm going to write 1 to the power of 4, 1 to the power of 3, 1 to the power of 2, 1 to the power of 1, and then there's no 1 in the beginning. So it's kind of opposite. So now all we have to do is actually just clean this up and multiply these exponents. Take the numbers to the powers. Okay, so when we clean this up here now, we would take 3 to the power of 4, which is 81, times this 1 out here, which is just 81. X to the power of 4. This is 3 cubed is 9 times 4 is plus 108x cubed plus 54x squared plus 12x plus 1. So you just simplify each of those. If you have any questions, please let me know.